Let me tell you something about pine that nobody warned you about when you walked into that lumber yard feeling all confident. Pine trees are basically the drama queens of the forest. They spent their whole life, maybe 30, 40, 50 years, producing resin like it was their full-time job. Resin is their version of a security system. It fights off bugs, seals wounds, and basically says, "Don't touch me," to everything in the forest. Think of it like the tree's own homemade duct tape and bug spray rolled into one. Now here's the thing. You bought that board thinking the tree was done with its shenanigans. Wrong. That resin is hiding in little pockets and channels inside the wood, like a squirrel hiding nuts. It's been sitting there patient, waiting. Just waiting for the moment you fire up that planer or run your table saw. The second your blade or cutter generates heat, and brother, it generates plenty, that resin wakes up like a bear in spring. Heat makes it go from kinda sticky to flowing like maple syrup at an IHOP. It liquefies and oozes out like the board is sweating after a jog it didn't sign up for. So basically, here's what's happening in your shop. You're cutting the board, opening up those hidden resin pockets, and the friction heat is melting it all at once. It's like popping a forbidden zit. The board doesn't want to be a shelf, man. It wanted to stay a tree. And it's letting you know by gunking up your blade, sticking to your hands, and getting on every tool you own. And the kicker? The fresher or greener the pine, the worse it is. If your lumber wasn't kiln dried properly, you've basically got a board that's still emotionally attached to being a tree. It hasn't moved on. It's still producing resin like it's got bark to protect. A few things you can do so your shop doesn't turn into a fly trap. Keep your blades sharp. Dull blades create more friction, more heat, and more of that gooey protest. Let your boards acclimate and dry out more if you can. But here's the real question. What do you do when you've cut several boards and now this resin is everywhere? Your shop looks like a crime scene at a maple syrup factory. It's on your tools, on your hands, on nearby boards that weren't even involved. Innocent bystanders, if you will. And brother, if you think you're just gonna grab a paper towel and wipe it off, go ahead and try. I'll wait. That paper towel is now part of the resin. Congratulations, you've made it worse. Here's what I found actually works. Grab some denatured alcohol or rubbing alcohol, put a little on a paper towel, and give it a rub. That resin comes right off. No wrestling match, no swearing, no existential crisis. Quick and clean. Works on your tools, works on your boards, works on your dignity. Alcohol is basically resin kryptonite. Now here's the part nobody tells you, and this one will really make you want to throw the board across the shop. You make your cuts, clean everything up, the resin stops oozing, and you think you've won. You finish the piece, you're proud of it. You set it on the porch or near a window, and then the sun hits it. And those sneaky little resin pockets that were playing dead, they wake right back up. Heat from sunlight, a warm room, whatever, it doesn't matter. That resin has the memory of an elephant and the patience of a saint. It will come back for round 2. So here's my trick, and it's a little counterintuitive. I go on the offensive. I grab my industrial heat gun and I deliberately warm up the suspect areas on my boards, especially around knots, before I finish the piece. I'm basically saying to the resin, all right, you want to come out? Come out now, on my terms. And it does. It starts oozing like it's been waiting for an invitation. I wipe it off with a towel while it's flowing, then I follow up with an alcohol-soaked towel to clean off every last trace of that sticky revenge. On top of that, I seal all the knots and any visible resin pockets with a mix of sawdust and wood glue. Think of it as putting a cork in the volcano. It's not foolproof, but it helps a lot. That's how I deal with pine and its never-ending resin drama. It's a process, but once you get the hang of it, you and the pine reach an understanding. Sort of like a truce, but the pine is always plotting. Now I want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment below if you've dealt with this same sticky nonsense in your projects and share what works for you. I know I'm not the only one out here fighting this battle.